Patriots aren't doing so hot either.
Yeah, Brady left and now everybody's sad, huh? Jeez, it's brutal.
I did sign my sister up yesterday.
Oh, nice. Yeah, and you know what we can do, Terry, is we can talk about your dog idea tonight too.
Yeah.
All right.
When I do that, I've got to make a new email, right?
Right. Yeah, just create a new email. Okay, well, we're live. So Tim, you were saying that someone did an affiliate, is that what you said?
Exactly. Yesterday on a live.
Okay, so let me see, because I don't think I got that big of a jump of rev share. So let's see.
Okay.
Yeah, I didn't get it.
You didn't get.
So let's see. So who was that?
It was Ross, Residual Minds, invited by Kelvin in the Zambia branch with
And they updated
Clement.
to a consumer or an affiliate?
Well, on the live, I had a consumer pin. I got Ross. He got the consumer. Then the next was affiliate. Eric says, oh, I have one available. Let me get it to Ross. So Eric went outside of his family to another one and did the affiliate. And we saw everything. The C pop up, the A. So that was Ross. And then Kelvin with the consumer, and Clement would have got 1133. And then the affiliate 4 levels happened.
I'm gonna have to see where that's at, because that is definitely, let's look and see what that's going on there. So, all right. Well, we are live. We're gonna just there was supposed to be some people coming in. We're gonna talk about Refer Life, but I don't think I'm gonna do that tonight. I think we're just gonna talk about a couple things that are going on as I am trying to get my stuff going. As far as the withdrawal issues, it looks like Mike is working on it. He's testing some things, and he's just keeping me informed of what he's doing, but he's just testing things right now. So we'll see, what is going on with that. But we definitely, we do need to see that. That is something that is important. As with anything, there's always things that are being fixed, things are being updated, and there's always risk. I mean, that's something that if you go into anything, there's always risk for things, but we are working on it. So I will definitely be keeping people updated about that. Okay, so Tim, what was the line? It was the Clement line, like smart choice.
Yep. Yep. Smart. Yeah, Clement.
Okay. So smart choices added who?
Added Clement.
Okay, let me see. Let me look on this other one. And you say that was yesterday? And what was the name? Ross?
Residual Minds, Ross.
Ross was the one that got updated?
Yep.
Okay. I'm not seeing raw on this. But let me go.
He's
So
under
that transaction would have been,
He's under residual mines.
he's under residual. Okay. All right, so that would have been the 20th, probably.
Yeah, the 21st could have been.
I'm not seeing anything. 20th. No.
$6.80. No.
No, I'm not seeing anything from a Ross. I see a Ramon. Is that it? Ramon? Ramon?
No, it would be Ross. Oh, residual mines. It's going to be residual. RES.
Oh, so it is residual,
Yes.
not Ross, residual. No, I am not seeing.
Okay, and I'm not seeing anything. And I want to kind of look at the screen because here is the line up. Okay,
Mhm.
so there's me with the A, and then Smart Choices doesn't have an A.
Right.
So we need to look at that to see, okay, well, if there's residual mines now with the A, Kelvin's got the A,
Yeah.
Clement's
Clement.
got the A.
Oh yeah, so it wouldn't reach me. It would only reach you.
Well, that's what we're kind of looking at now to see, because see, Clement doesn't have the A. So what happens? Does he receive it
Yeah.
on the affiliate side? He still does.
Should. He should. He should receive the commission. But I think the way that it was explained, you receive the commissions, but you don't have access to it until you upgrade.
Wow. Okay.
I think we'd have to look at his back office just to see what it looks like. But I'm guessing what that would be is that from what Mike was saying is that, yeah, you still get the commissions because it's not going to go past you because you aren't upgraded. It's just putting it into the system so that it can upgrade you to start getting those commissions. You know what I'm saying? Does that make sense?
Yes. Oh,
yeah.
yes.
So that because then what you were saying, like as the consumer that got automatically updated, and we had talked about that before, does the consumer automatically update as well? Or do you have to, actually pay for it? And it looks like from what you saw that the consumer gets upgraded as well.
Yep.
So,
yeah.
Here's the thing is I'm going to share my screen actually. Just talk a little bit of numbers because I think the numbers are pretty exciting right now. And, most people are worried more about their 16 cents that they're getting. And I'm kind of looking more at this right here. That's a pretty solid number for 3 weeks.
Yes, it is.
And then it's funny because I happen to go back through my YouTube channel, and I was like, oh, you know what? I was like, I should probably add my link onto these YouTube videos. And I just happened to see the comments, and someone had seen it and said, hey, I need to get a link from you. And so I replied to them with my link, and I think that person from YouTube signed up because now I have 4 people. So that's kind of crazy that there's the 4 direct kind of people.
Yeah, a 33% jump after having your 3 controlled, specifically, and getting one out of the blue through.
Mm-hmm.
People listening, yeah.
Because, you know, at some point, like I said, at some point, it's just going to be there's going to be so much going on that I will probably just throw out my link and have people get it so that I can at least get some new people and then go, oh, okay, here's some people that I can actually use their link and plug in. But you know, right now, not really doing that. I'm really trying to fill it in, you know, kind of the way I've been filling it in with those who come asking for links and kind of building it the way I've been trying to build it. But there are some lines that are just, you know, jumping very quickly, growing very quickly.
Oh, yes.
So
Yeah.
yeah, so here's kind of what the numbers look like right now. You know, to me, this is the one I'm most concerned about, is this one right here. To be, it's funny, I've got some students at school that ask me every day what my number's at. What's your number at? Because I've been talking to them about it. And said, well, you know, today was like 7. Shoot, today was like 760 or 7 something like that.
Wow.
I don't know. So I mean, I feel like it's this number has gotten pretty big pretty fast now, which is cool. That just
Yeah.
shows that people are, you know, starting to understand. And then let me see. Oh, whoops. And then let me see. I think it's on this one. Yeah. So I'm gonna see. Okay. Yeah. Yep. Okay. So let me show you this. So when you look at your downline, this is something that you guys, quite honestly, like I just kind of figured out myself. I mean, I figured it out before, but it's just kind of, you got to remind yourself that if you're looking for your people who you've sponsored, wherever they're at, it doesn't matter. If you look here, you just type in your ID and it's going to pull up all the sponsors and all, well, it doesn't pull up yourself, but it does pull up your sponsored people. So then you can kind of look at it and say, okay, level 4. And you know what I'm going to do for this person, just because they like to do this. Oh, wait, hold on.
That's
Can I do it from my account? Okay, here. Yeah, let's just do this real fast. And then I'll show you when I do this, what it does up the line.
Oh, here's Nikki in here.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
Nikki, how you doing? Okay.
So
The green bar.
I'm doing okay. I'm just dealing with my kid right now.
Yeah, I'm surprised mine hasn't come back down. He was down a couple times, so it happens. All right. So let's do this. This will be a little surprise.
Yes.
All right. It's a little slow tonight.
Yeah, it's trying to load up those bigger numbers in a half a day.
Yeah. I feel like you're gonna have to upgrade something because it's gonna be super slow. Okay, here we go. So, all right. So first of all, let's look up here and see this number right here, the 375. Then we're gonna see this. Go here.
No, we need to look at the retail on you because you're a true sponsor too.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
that's
yeah, yeah.
right.
Because you might get a double crack. You should get
Yeah,
a double crack.
yeah,
The
you're
rev
right.
and the retail.
Let's see. Okay, so I believe that I already grabbed the pen. Okay, I think this is the right pin. Hopefully. All right. All right. So we're just kind of waiting for that to pop up. It's taking its sweet time. Terry, after this goes through, let's talk a little bit about your idea for all the pet lovers. All right, so it did go through. So now that's 496. Yeah, and that's 249. So that definitely increased. So let's see what it actually did. First of all, let's look at, this is what I tell people. As soon as you do it, make sure you look, oh, yep, there it is, filled out. So now this guy, I don't even know where he's from, who he is. He just signed up. So there he is, there's those numbers. Now let's go down here. So this combo package, the 17 combo package was purchased. We saw the update in the points, or I mean in the money, and then we can go down here as well into the transactions, and we can see exactly what came through and how it came through. So direct commissions. Okay. Oh, okay. There we go. Yeah. So I mean, look at this, Tim. If you look at that one thing is all of these.
Look at that. Right.
So it
All the
goes,
directs.
yeah, so direct commission is the 40 cents. Okay. Then the level 4 is 16. I need to figure out who he's well, no, he's connected to me, but who he's under. I'm gonna have to find out who he's under. But anyway, so we have the direct commission is 40 cents. Then you get the 16 cents because it went up the line. Same thing with this one. The direct commission is 80 cents, 35 cents up the line. Direct commission 160, 70 cents up the line. So, I mean, it does look like it pays you a little bit more to throw out your link to just anybody and everybody, but might kind of mess up the system when you're trying to, connect people and stuff like that. But if you look at that, let's see, 40, 56, 136, 136, 166, 171, like 241, 3. That's almost like $4.
Wow.
So
that.
out of that 17 that someone pays, you get $4 if they're connected to you. So that's not bad.
Mm-mm.
That's not a bad little payout for 17.
Oh.
$4 every time
Mm.
someone pays 17 if they're connected to you.
And the 10 other people are getting, you know, $1.21.
Yeah, everyone's getting $1.21 for sure. Boom, boom, boom. These. So 11 people got $1.21 and one person got 4. That's almost what, 15 or so dollars.
Mm.
So when you look at that, you know, with the fees, it's at $18.50 and $15 goes to the people and $3.50 goes to Refer Life. That seems pretty good. And once again, you show me a company that you can pay, drop in a payment, and you can go right into your back office and see exactly where it went. And you know that this number, and this number are also going to 11 more people. So this one, and this one all went up the line, 11 people up the line. So when you make a donation of $17.50, which is, you know, with that extra, I think it said $18.50. When you make a donation of $18.50, you are actually 15 of those dollars goes to people in your family and in this. So when you think about, because we've been talking about like nonprofits and stuff, saying, well, you know, we just get direct, you know, $10 from someone. Well, yeah, you get $10 from someone and you'll never get $10 from that person again because they've done their duty. But this, if that person goes and signs someone up, well, another dollar goes to you. And another dollar and another dollar and another dollar. So I really like the transparency of this and being able to instantly see where that package went, how much it went like to this, like I can see it, that it showed up here. And then I can look down at my transactions and see that one payment of $17.50 turned into you know, $4, $4 or $5 right there, or 4 something right there.
Look at that.
Now I get it when people go, well, if you put in $1,000, you're going to make this. Yeah, you could, but do you know how that's working? Do you see how that's working? Can you look in multiple different places and see the transactions and see where that money is going to go and talk to people and say, look at your back office and your back office works? There's not a lot that can do it like this. There really isn't. I'm in multiple things that I've put my money in and I'm just letting it do its thing, but I don't know how it's doing it. I know that there's trading going on. I know that there's something being bought and sold and I get a little commission out of it, but you know, even when someone joins in some of the other companies that I'm in, you get commission, but you get a percentage, but you don't really know what the other is even going to. So, you know, we can look at this and say, okay, well, I gave $18.50 and well, how much does the company get? Well, the company gets $3 or $4 off of it, maybe even $5. Well, great. Now they can update the site and keep the site growing and, you know, work on that social platform and work on all the different things. So that's good to see. All right, so let's look at this real quickly. Oh wait, let's look at this number. 843 and 238. Okay, 843 and 238. I like looking at this. I look at this more often than I probably should. So what did I say, 843? So somewhere right about here. And this is 190 and we're at 238. So it's still, the numbers are higher in payment, even with the lower amount of people. But when we start looking like this number is really starting to exponentially grow. It really is. It's starting to grow a lot faster. So Tim, that was, you were saying like it's almost time to start kind of, who cares about the consumer anymore, because we have what is it? Yeah, so we have the consumer. We do know, we've seen it, that as your commissions grow, this is going to automatically upgrade as well. You've seen it do that, right?
Yes.
So now people are going to consumer, and probably, like the system wants you to do, probably just getting it through the CFAs. They're just doing the CFAs, and that the commissions and stuff are coming up, and boom, now they're up to a consumer. And then as soon as that consumer gets to a certain amount, then we're here at the affiliate, and the affiliate is a 4 generation. We also know that once it hits 100, it's not going to take money. It's going to just automatically get you into a new matrix. And these matrices just show up over and over and over again. So that's the affiliate. We talked about that. So we're going to kind of look down here at this and start thinking ahead. If you do the business package, which is $599, yes, it's a big number. Yes, we're not even close to that, but start thinking about this, because when you look at it, and Nikki is one that started talking about this and saying, she's like, if I had the money, I would be doing this, because look at how it grows. It's an 11 generation matrix. This is going to be a pretty powerful thing when everybody's running their, business matrix, because that means that this person pays. So that what they pay the $599, you're going to make 200 off of those 3. So the first level, you got $600. So there's your $599 right back to you. As soon as the 3, then your $599 is done. And then the same people, see, this is what's beautiful about this. This is what I do like about this, is everybody's going, okay, how hard is this going to be? Well, it's hard to get 177,000 people. It's not going to be easy. Like, that's going to take some effort, but right, I'm here. Now, I'm not here, like, I haven't filled these up to here, but I'm right about generation 6 with amount of people. And see, once again, guys, this is the part that I love. You don't have to have everything filled out correctly. You don't have to have all the legs perfectly, even. You're still getting revenue from every single one of the people that's in your downline. Now, granted, I would say that some of the people that are on my downline are probably below the 11, generation 11. I would say that it's still counting. I don't know for sure, but I'm guessing it's counting the people even below. It's just down in your trees. That's something I got to find out. But look, if those same people all did the $599 upgrade, well, that'd be $22,000. Now, here's what's nuts. This is what's nuts. Web talkers. Hello, web talkers. I hate to say it, but your $500 investment into web talk, is it going to return you $5 million?
Yeah, really. I mean, I paid like 200, and I'm like, I could have put that money towards this, but in all actuality, you know, if I hadn't been on Web Talk, I wouldn't have met the people that I met. So, you know,
That is a great statement because I've said that a lot. You know, a lot of people have, and Tim has said that too. A lot of people have come into Web Talk and complained about that they didn't get anything out of Web Talk. But they've gotten massive followings. They've learned to speak English. They've gotten free classes. They've been given a ton of opportunity
yeah,
to connect with people and be part of something. And someone like Terry, who has interacted with the entire world since the very beginning, some of those things you don't get in other platforms. So look, I'm not ever saying that I will never say that I think Web Talk is bad. I won't, because I believe Web Talk has been amazing for all of us to connect. All of us, I mean, you look and see the group of people that's actually using Web Talk. It's a lot of IEG members and a lot of people that are connected to IEG.
yep,
And so the connections there are huge. But what I'm trying to say is kind of the idea of like, look, $500 to invest.
yeah.
What's that?
I said, yeah, just put a little effort in, just put a little bit of money here and invest it, and don't expect anything right away, you know, but do your part and share it, and then keep leveling up, and then, you know, everyone above you will level up too. So I think that's important, you know, like you were just saying, all the web talkers that are just, you know, for the free ride, you know, give back a little bit, and then you'll get more.
Completely agree. Completely agree with that. And if you look at web talkers, if you look at most people that have a following of like 1,000, even 1,000 people, look at where they would fall on this list.
Yeah.
They'd fall on Generation 6. So if you made $22,000, do you think that you might help the people that followed you into Web Talk?
Exactly, and I've heard one of my friends is over there in Nigeria, and he told me today that $600 over there would be like $6,000.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
So that's the thing is if you think about, let's say Nigeria. Let's say Nigeria is at the top of this list,
Yeah.
and Kelvin shows up, and you have 3 Kelvins underneath you,
That would be so amazing, right?
right? Because all of a sudden you're the United States, you know, 600. All of a sudden they're making, you know, comparison, they would be making almost $1,800 or something. No, you said it was 6,000, so it'd be like $18,000.
Yeah, exactly. That's enough to change someone's life for real.
Exactly. So this is a very solid point, is those people who have connections in Web Talk and anywhere. If you have connections with someone in the United States or someone in Canada or someone in Australia or someone in a place that has a little bit more money, man, go tell them about this. They're gonna say $50. I'll throw $50 at the wall just to see if it'll stick. And all of a sudden now they're gaining revenue from someone on the other side of the world, and here's the numbers. I haven't really even talked about these numbers. It's a great time to do it because we don't have anybody new on, because I don't like showing stuff and saying like, oh well, mythically if you just do this and all this is how much you can make. But we've gotten to the point where we have shown everybody and documented it, that people are here already. People are on this one. There are affiliates already in week 3. So where is this going to go? Well, if you look here at 749, well, if I'm doubling and tripling and quadrupling up this matrix, I'm going to have my money at some point to go down here and go to this one and say, you know what, people, it's time to get crazy. So let's get a little crazy.
Yeah, I
We've
mean,
made a ton.
that's like me. I think I've been here less than 2 weeks, and I'm already at Generation 3.
Right. And that's not that hard.
No, it's really not, because you just get three and then help your three get three, and then it just kind of snowballs from there, especially if you're still using their links.
Yeah, yeah. Well, exactly, and that's the thing is I really like I keep saying it to people is I really feel like you focus on that three, and then the next three you focus on them, and you focus on them, and then you're gonna find someone that has a bigger following and let them go wild. Tell them what you think would be the smartest way to do it, what I think is the smartest way to do it, but it might not be. I mean, we just showed on the payment that if you like money, you might just hand out your link to everyone. If you want to help people a little bit more, then do it, 3 by 3 by 3. But someone's going to come in. There's going to always be someone that shows up with a lot of people. And quite honestly, like you've said, Nikki, it's kind of just this waiting game right now to get a little bit of proof of withdrawal. And I don't know, Nikki, if you heard, but I've been talking to Mike, and he's working on it and doing some tests and stuff. So we'll see how that progresses. But when we show the withdrawal, when I get the green light, I don't care what time of day or night it is, I'm going to do a video and do a withdrawal.
Yeah, for sure. Because I mean, it's not like the money's not there. It hasn't been withdrawn because you can't withdraw. So everyone that's put in money, it is there, and you can see it in your back office, whose account it's in and where it went and all that. So
Right.
that's awesome. I think, and that's why I said, if we have to wait on the withdrawals, then that's fine, because like you said, if this is going to be something that is going to be basically like crowdfunding, and we're supposed to be helping someone, Tim was saying that last night, then he wants it to be able to be readily available right then and there. So it's understandable that they're doing maintenance, because every website needs maintenance every now and then, especially if it's been, this long and hasn't been able to withdraw. So, I just wait, and that's all you can do. And eventually, either, we'll wait until it doesn't make sense, or, something will happen, because it's I think they're getting closer by the day. So it's just a matter of time with all the updates that they're already doing.
Right. And we have, Tim, right, we have been able to transfer money from member to member, correct?
Yes.
Yeah. So we have been able to transfer money from account to account internally, which is a good thing, because let's say that that it works, for someone. Well, great. Then maybe you can just send them money, and they can pull it out and put it into account. But I think that, being that that's kind of the next step, the major next step to me, is that. And then look, quite honestly, we are not far from this. I really don't think. I think that things are going to kind of explode when we do that first withdrawal, and everybody sees the video, and goes, okay, it worked, here we go. And then I think there's going to be a lot of people jumping in and getting a little bit more focused. So that, that's where that is now. Terry, do you want me to talk about it, or do you want to talk about your idea?
Well, you could probably add to what I have, since I'm not really good at talking.
Oh, okay.
But I just want to set up something for pets to fund pet expenses, and a link for just people to sign up their pets.
Right. Okay. So when we talk about this, we asked Mike, hey, can we make different accounts? Can we put, different things? And he said, look, you can do whatever you want with this, because it's real money. It's not stacking, because we've heard of the stacking and people saying, oh, don't stack, because what stacking means is like, okay, I sign up, then I sign up my wife, then I sign up my kid, then I sign up my other kid, then I sign up my dog, then I sign up my best friend, or fake, and we just only do stuff with the very bottom one, and then it just goes up my line and just supports my household. I don't think that that's a very strategic way to do it anyway. I think that you should strategically put these people in your tree so that you're getting from over here, you're getting from over here, you're getting from over here. Well, he also said, yeah, you could sign up your pet, get him an email. So Terry had a great idea. She said, you know what if we had kind of like start a link and with her dog, okay, and people that come in that, you know, either they might do it underneath her or they might, you know, just put them anywhere. But the idea would be to kind of develop a link and then grow that link with just animals, you know, so that you could pay for their vet visits. You could pay for, maybe there's I've been trying to talk to it's like an animal shelter sanctuary here. I got a student that works there, and I've got the secretary. She works there too, and they're like, well, we've got tens of thousands of people that donate money. And I said, yeah, that's great, but they have to keep asking them for it. Why would you keep asking for it when you could just do something that keeps going? Oh, they're not interested. I said, they're not interested in making money? Like what's going on with people? And it was funny because I was talking, I was talking to the student and I said, so let's hear the philosophy here. He said, well, she said, it's a, you know, people donate money. I said, okay, they donate money. They donate $10. Yeah. Well, do they ever donate money again, or they stop after the first time? We'll probably stop. So that means you have to go find a whole new group of people. I said, what if the same people could use their account to continually just add more to the system based on the commissions and stuff? Doesn't get it. Just doesn't get it. And I think the shelter itself doesn't get it. And if you can get that through to a nonprofit or a team or a little league or something where they start realizing that the whole year money's going to be moving in their little family, and then all of a sudden when season comes, oh wow, we don't have to ask anybody anymore because it's just working in the system. So that's a really cool idea, and I think what we'll do, Terry, is create an email and stuff for your dog and all that, and once you create that, we could kind of promote that as like, if you want to have your pet join, or if you are a nonprofit that deals with animals and rescue animals and things like that. I'm sure all around the world there's animal rescue places and sanctuaries and stuff that could benefit from this. So I think that's a great idea. I really like that idea.
And the GoFundMe, right? That's kind of like a new kind of word, right? The GoFundMe.
Yeah, GoFundMe.
The GoFund Pets. Is there something real like that? GoFund Pets?
I'm sure there is. I'm sure
right?
There's something.
See?
Yeah.
So
yeah.
that must be idiotic. Nobody does that one.
Right.
But this one we'll bring it out, or that must be special. The GoFund Pets is just special. Yeah, I can just put out my pocket. But we created in this cooperative crowd. Oh, it's the most idiotic idea that humanity's ever come up with.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, you know what? And that's the thing is just. I think there's a lot to do with ego and believing that everything that you come up with is the right thing, and everything else is the wrong thing, or it doesn't make as much money as this thing over here. But then in 6 months, when this thing over here is gone, then what's going on? I think that's something that hopefully people can kind of understand. Like, look at the numbers. What are your goals? Is your goal to help people a little bit along the way as you become successful? Eric, how are things going for you? Because I know you're just helping everybody. So how are things kind of coming back for you?
Oh, I'm okay. I mean, for me, the most important thing is to help people and to make people happy. That's just me. Yeah, that's the way I am. I like helping people. I can't help myself. I mean, it's difficult to resist, and I'm trying to slow down a little bit, because Nick is right, I cannot change the whole world. But yeah, it's for me, it's difficult to slow down. But I'm trying. You know, and Referral Live is that's one of the best platforms that I'm on, and I really believe in it. So I have a couple of Pakistani people working for me, and for those people, $150 is a lot of money. They have to go work for that a month, 6 days a week, 14 hours a day.
Right.
That's kind of heavy, no? Well, I always worked more. Always was working 24/7, 365 days a year, no vacations. And even if I took some little short vacations, that was every 2-3 months. I went to Disneyland with my son.
You still work 24/7.
Sorry, 24/7? It means,
You work 24/7.
oh, okay. So yeah, but even then, my phone wasn't, was always ringing. Well, I didn't have the easiest job there is. So I had a lot of people under me, and I was working in whole Europe. So a holiday in this country or in that country doesn't mean that it's a holiday in your country. So I was always working, and I had people working day and night, so it never stopped. So um, yeah, and I'm kind of used to it to only sleep an hour, 2 hours, and then I just slept, I don't know, 3 hours, and that's it. So and then I start working, and when my wife needs to drive, or my son, I bring him to school every day. Go pick him up again. I go to the city with him, and I'm full time there for my family now, which I wasn't before. Before, it was just work, work, work. I don't know how many times that I had my wife and my son waiting for me, that I went to the office. Well, my office is no, it's not. It is. That's done. I don't work anymore for a boss now. But the office was, just 10 minutes from here. My boss, he lives right around the corner. So I was, how many times, I don't know, but that we were shopping or doing things, and that I had to go to the office, and my wife and my son with me, and then they had to wait an hour, 2 hours, because I started to solve one or two problems, but then I bumped into another one, or a couple of things that I wanted to do, I needed to do. Not really, no. I didn't need to do anything in the weekends, or yes, except being there for anyone who needed me. But yeah, I've always been a workaholic and a perfectionist, and that's not good. There's a very wise woman. She told me not long ago. She told me perfection doesn't exist, and you just have to accept that. I wonder who that could be. That woman. You know her. So she's helping me a lot. She's for me. Yeah, one of the best things that ever happened to me in my life to meet her. She helps me a lot, more than she realizes. I think no, she knows. She knows me very well.
How much did she charge you?
How much?
How much did she charge you for all that's help?
Nothing. Nothing. It's
right there is the benefit of Web Talk. You might say that, hey, I didn't make any money in Web Talk, but right there is the exact statement that people need to hear. That's what Web Talk has been doing for people for years, is connecting them to people. And now we've got someone that says, hey, here's someone that has helped me through all kinds of things, or with big and little, and given me life advice. And that person we know gives life advice to many people, and does it out of the kindness of her heart as well. So that to me is a wonderful statement, because I do want people to understand that I think that there is so much value in Web Talk beyond the 5 levels and the and the $20 upgrades. It's very valuable. It's very valuable.
It's a lot more to me than just I got in for the money. That's how that brought me in.
Yep. I think a lot of people
did. Because in those times, well, it's not so long ago. I came in. I stopped working beginning of this year. I had a talk with my boss, and I told him, look, I cannot do this anymore. I was always ready since 2016, sick, but for a long time, I just broke down. Which before I was never sick, and I went to work with 40 degrees of temperature. I was always working. But then I said, okay, this is it. I have to stop. I can't do this anymore. And we just separated our ways. Well, we're still friends, but and then in April, because then I started I always had been in crypto. So then I started to concentrate myself a little bit more on that. And then I stumbled into this guy, Stephen Marriott, who signed up under Scott, I think. And Scott, under William, or I don't know. It doesn't matter. And now he's asking me for advice. I mean, he kind of learned me how to promote and well, what a lot of other people, Scott, I learned tons of him, really, but also from Nikki. For me, she's the. By the way, that's if I know and Tim knows, but everybody else who's watching, it's Nikki. Okay, so if someone needs a session for help me, Nikki.
Marketing or coaching, any kind of personal self-development. I call it.
Okay. Yeah. So you go to Nikki, please. So yeah, where was I? So yeah, no, he's asking me for advice every day. And he just got in to. I got him in Team Build Club, and he's very happy with that. And well, for the moment, in Web Talk, um, I'm getting in. I must be over 200 probably if I look today. 200 referrals just this month. So that's going smooth too. And so I have 3 Pakistani people working for me. I met them on Web Talk, and it started with someone who was selling his account. So I was wondering why, because he had quite some referrals, and you know, why are you doing this? And then, you know, this was the first one that started to work for me. So he needed money, and his sister is sick. She has to go to the hospital every couple of days for dialysis for kidneys.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So, and then one day I said, hey, you know, I'm gonna give you a job. And so he started to work for me. I gave him the same as what he was earning at the factory. And then he just quit his job. He said, you know, I'm just gonna work for you. And well, in the meantime, I gave him more. So now I pay him 200 euros a month, which is for them, you know, he's feeling kind of rich now. And I told him, you know, you stick with me, and you know, next year you're gonna get 500 a month. So he's very grateful, and he's doing a very good job. I cannot complain with that, and the others too. But he's kind of he's the boss from the others, because I cannot do all that stuff. I have a lot of Pakistani people that call me. Don't ask me how or where they got my number, but every day I have Pakistani people that call me, and you know, with the how do they call that? So with the I can see them live. You know.
Oh, like a Zoom or a video
Yeah,
call.
something like that. Yeah, and well, then sometimes it's really difficult to understand them. But I'm trying to stay polite, and but okay, at one point you have to draw a line, because some of them, they every day the same again, and then I said, you know, why are you calling me? What do you want from me? A lot of them, they send pictures from family and all that, but I'm sorry, you know, I cannot. So then, you know, if they're interested in following me, and I say, okay, you know, but this is a number from someone that knows your language, and he will explain you everything. And then either you get in or you're out. It's, you know, but I'm sorry, I cannot help you
Right.
more than that. So yeah, that's I'm kind of I'm talking a lot now, right? No, or
No,
Hey,
yeah,
hey, dude, if I can
fine.
jump in really quick to kind of talk to Eric really quick, because Teacher Andy, he just wanted to make this live short, you know, and it's always nice to hear these types of stories. And there's a solution, and it's right here. If I share the screen, because it's the same thing with Web Talk. What did we all join Web Talk for? You all have your reasons for it. Well, RJ made a spotlight post not too long ago.
Just
And
now, or
yeah,
just
just now, a little while ago. I'm gonna scroll down to it, and it's the same thing like a human being like Eric with you know, his unstoppable giving, his unstoppable worth ethic, things like that. Well, we all know RJ is doing what he's doing, and what does he need? He needs funds.
Yeah.
And what's happened in Web Talk? Here it is. Here it is right here. So we are creating solutions. And RJ, an hour ago, Web Talk Growth Update. As many of you are aware, bootstrap startup company, venture capitalists. He's steering away from them, and now he's going to go into an adventure with some that understand the giving back to its users. So finally, there are some people with money, venture capitalists, that say, you know what? We like the 50% given back. We're going to be joining you very soon. So he writes all this. Well, if Web Talk had $1 million $100 upgrades, we wouldn't even have to have this spotlight post. So what are we doing? So what are we doing right now? What are we doing? Well, we're actually generating revenue for people for that.
Yeah.
To upgrade in Web Talk.
I have a plan for that.
We all have plans. We all
to
have
help
plans.
RG, but it's kind of big.
You're changing the world. You're absolutely changing the world with others that stand with you. Now, look, IEG continues to show everything above with zero control and 100% true effort. I'm writing to RJ. Is he going to respond? I really don't care. IEG has been bootstrapped in such high-level innovative ways that the world doesn't truly understand yet, as they truly don't understand the beauty of Web Talk either.
Yeah.
How about hiring teacher Tim, RJ? You talk about hiring outsiders. Well, what happened to all of the Alfonsos and all of the live broadcasts and all of the talk?
Yeah.
What have we been talking?
Yeah.
IEG. We have been showing from day one. In 2017, when he joined, Teacher Andy, I joined a year later, 2018. We are the venture capitalists with the hearts made more than gold. My point is this, Eric, we need to talk to you to figure out a system on how you're taking care of the 3 Pakistanis, how you are actually paying them, so we can get more money to the ones that are in Refer Life, because they're promoting Refer Life and they're generating in their crowd fund. That's just, we're waiting for the withdrawal process. How can we set it up? We need to have a live on this because the Pakistanis are in trouble. The whole country, just like Thailand's in trouble, just like China's in trouble, just like America's in trouble. I don't care what country you're from.
Yeah.
Nigeria, Burkina Faso, Zambia, Liberia, Sierra Leone.
Are you telling me you're gonna try to help me with the Pakistanis?
I'm already helping.
Is that?
Dude, Eric, what we did yesterday to an American, his name was Ross. Do you understand that you helped 2 people in Africa? Zambia? When you did the affiliate 3398, not only did you help a father in America, Ross, you actually helped 2 in Zambia. And you did it in a way that this money that you spent went into different crowd funds, and not many understand this.
I'm sorry.
So Eric, dude, I'm game on. Actually, you were talking about a life coach. Teacher Andy and we might have been on a different page. I thought you were talking about Coach Nalutza. So now all of a sudden you got 2 life coaches in Web Talk that are giving their time. Coach Nalutza is the same type of compassionate human being as Nikki.
She is, and I'm trying to help Nalutza.
She doesn't need any help, Eric. She doesn't need any help, because what's happening with her, she has so much support already, and she knows it by this madman, Teacher Andy, and a network of 80 countries. We've never stopped. Never stopped. And it was in Facebook, Eric. But we can stop for Web Talk for a second. and the longevity of taking forever for it to actually make money for its users because nobody has $100. 1 million web talkers don't have $100. Yeah, that's a fact. They don't have it. Am I judging a million web talkers? Well, you don't. You keep hearing judge. Everybody's judging. Everybody. This is not judging. You don't have it. What are we going to do? Well, Teacher Andy has an idea, something very unique. Cooperative crowdfunding project. What's that? Did anybody else know a month ago what was a cooperative before? Or do we have to call you a socialist or a communist or different words with the IST in it to shake your little core? How about true democratic environments? Really? There are no bosses here. There are no bosses in this platform. Just like Web Talk, there are no bosses. We are the capital venture capitalists in Web Talk. Why don't you hire Teacher Tim, RJ? And by the way, you don't need to pay me with your little fiat currency either. We've already reached out to RJ about this cooperative.
Okay. Yeah.
Eric, you know, what you said went into the ears of what I was listening to. Okay? The facts are the facts. Everybody needs help. We're showing right now how to help multiple countries in the world, many countries, multiple countries. We need to come together with the solutions on how to get the payments to them. So if they're making money in their crowdfund, they can simply transfer it over to us. And then there's other ways for us to get the money to them. It doesn't have to be through PayPal. It doesn't have to be through Payoneer. It does. You have solutions. You already shared it. You're taking care of 3 people. Well, once we learn this, and I'm talking IEG, I'm not talking me and teacher. No, we already have answers. It's just about other people that have the solutions when we listen to you and then we implement it. We stop talking about all of the facts that everybody knows.
Andy, I'm gonna join on my phone if you'll accept my invite. I gotta go to the store, so.
Okay.
All right, I'll stop.
Okay.
I'll stop.
What I do want to kind of jump in here with is I am going to get off. No, but I really appreciate, you know, the story, you know, Eric, because, you know, you say, well, I'm just talking to you. No, you're not. You're explaining something that literally is what we're trying to get people to understand. That if you just help people, you're going to get help in return. You are going to get, you know, things are going to happen that are going to help you in the long run. And having that heart that says, I want to help people, that's exactly what we're talking about. We're giving options to people to not only be able to help other people, but to help themselves as well. And that's what we've always been doing. And that's what we did with Web Talk when Web Talk started. We said, look, look, if everybody would do just an hour's worth of clicking, and I'm adding myself into that mix. If everybody would get on in the day and click for an hour, if everybody's clicking, the money's going to get made. But everybody wants to go, hey, I just want RJ to do it all so that I can make money. Well, it's not going to happen like that. It doesn't happen like that. And then people say, well, you know, I'm just, you know, if I upgrade, I'm not making very much money. No, you're not. But if you had 1,000 people in your downline all upgrade today for $200, you think that would be worth it? Yes, it would.
Actually,
but those 1,000 people go, those 1,000 people say, I don't have a way to do that. Well, I have a way for you to start with $2.50.
Yeah.
And then you go and tell every single person you know to pay $2.50. Look at the videos. I don't understand how it's not seeping in already and hitting more people right upside the head. This is a simple way to do it.
That will come, you know. The way I'm promoting now Refer Life. Well, it's just with Nikki's link now, because I saw the last time that you explained, you only have 3, and I'm completely, I agree with that. The way you do it. And I want to do it that way too, for Nikki, for her daughter, and for my son. And I was trying to set up a new account to start fresh.
Mhm.
It doesn't work. I need a link from someone, but then then we are under, and I don't want that. I want
Well,
something.
here's
Where's
all
me?
you have to do. This is all you have to do, Eric. Go into your genealogy,
Yeah.
find where you want to place someone, take your referral link, add their ID to the end, after that equal sign, put their ID in, click it in, and it'll take you to the page, and then you just sign up in there, and away you go. You don't have to ask anybody. You don't have to do anything. So my philosophy is this: someone like yourself, Nalutza got, signed you up, and then you went crazy. Kelvin went crazy, and now it's like 2 things went down, but there's all this space in between. So now what I
Yeah.
do is, as soon as I talk to someone, I say, okay, do you want to be, you want to get involved? Yeah. Okay, let's go up here, and I'm going to place them there, because at some point, another person that's going to go nuts is going to come in and say, I want to be placed. Okay, great. I'm going to put you up here in this little open section and see what you can do. And then just keep kind of going backwards and filling it up, and backwards and filling it up. And it takes a little bit of time and a little bit of effort, but
Yeah.
I think it's going to be helpful. So before I really would love to keep talking. I really would, because this is a great conversation.
Yeah. I'm trying to fill up those spaces, but like now, down there are my Pakistanis, and they they don't have the money, so they're waiting for their pay, so they can pay 3 people. So it's kind of stuck there right
This
now.
is what I would do too, is I would put one of my, I would just take one of your new signups and put it right in the middle of that flow, down there, level 11 for you, and kind of start the whole thing all over again under someone else. I mean, to me, that's what I would do. Now let's look real quickly before I head out. So this is our post from tonight. This is kind of web talk lesson 1001, Tim, from a couple years ago. How do you generate revenue in web talk? Well, you start doing lives. This is a live. If I hit play, this is a live. It's going on right now. Someone's talking up in the corner. This is a live event. We've been telling people to do this for 2 or 3 years now, and still don't see it. What happens when you do a live event? As soon as you do a live event, people are already liking it. People are already commenting. Isn't that what we're supposed to be doing in web talk? Isn't that the whole system, is just to have some content that people are interested in, not another damn picture of a flower or a picture of a bird or, whatever. Yeah. Are we promoting something? Yes. But we are also, if you actually this video, you just heard someone say, I want to help the world. Okay, well, that seems like a pretty good person to talk to. That seems like a pretty good person to interact with. So maybe, just maybe, some of you should go and connect with and start following Eric. How about that? Because you just heard him on a live say he wants to help people, and he's talking about helping people. You might just be one of those people that he helps. That's how you generate value in this. That's how you build this thing. And what happens is we've trained people to understand that they don't have to be in this Zoom, because the comments in this Zoom mean nothing in our pockets.
Yeah.
So let's look at it here. Tim's always going to answer something. That's just, we know that. Now we have Joanna coming in. Now Joanna's been listening. She didn't have to get in the Zoom to listen. She didn't have to get in the Zoom to, talk about stuff. She's probably been in enough lately that she's like, you know what, I'm just going to listen. But what does she say? Wow, the 1750 goes mostly to the members. Well, she's been listening.
Yeah.
She's been listening to the conversation. The conversation was showing, we showed every single person that watches this, $15 goes to us, $5 or $13, something like that, $14 goes to us, $4 or $5 goes to the company. You saw it. We've explained it. It doesn't get much easier than that. Okay, so now people are replying. Yes, party time, love it. Are these nice? Are these follow me, I'll follow you? Are these hashtag January 27th, 2021? No, it's not, because those are dumb. Those don't make any sense. That does not improve engagement. That does not make people want to come and learn more. That does not want people to do stuff. So now look, $600 is not 6,000 in Nigeria. It's a whole lot more. Money in Nigeria is called Naira. $600 is 246,000 Nigerian Naira. So now you just got a lesson on economics, which we said at the, let me show you, just so that people can hear it again for the 2000th. IEG economics. Hashtag. Do you think that people are going to click on this IEG economics more than they're going to click on January 21st, 2021? Yeah. So now what happens? This person that clicks on this is going to get this, and someone's going to watch this, and guess what? We might learn a little bit about currency.
Yeah.
We might learn a little bit about how to transfer money from one currency to another. So what are we doing? What are we doing right now? We've been showing people for years what we're doing. We do everything on lives. We do everything. We show people, and people still think that for some reason in this magical world of I don't know what, that we are trying to scam people or to try to do something for that's not correct. Go watch every video we've ever done. They're all there. Go watch them. Go read the comments. You can, if anything changes, we say it. This is what changed. When RJ made an announcement that this is different, hey guys, we were explaining it the way we were told. Now we have to explain it a new way. Oh, well, you were just telling us lies. No, I wasn't. I was telling you what was going on, and you don't know how to open your brain and change up a mindset. And this is what we've been trying to do for years, is change a mindset. And that mindset is, instead of thinking that I got to go to work every day, maybe if I spent that time that I come home and drink beer and watch TV, clicking on some advertisements, I'll see, oh wait, where do I click those advertisements on? Oh yeah, my 5th level, so that everybody in my family gets revenue. Instead of, oh hey, go come and click on my post. Ask me when I've said that. Hardly ever. The only time I say comment is because I need to show people that something's going on. But I don't say, oh, please, I'm going to comment. You got to come comment on my post. No, you don't. Comment on level number 5. I don't care about anything, because guess what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I still get money for it. And so does everybody else in my team. But people don't want to listen to that. People want the free ride. And then it says, here's the last one, and then I'm going to go. But it says, is it income happens in weeks or takes a lot of effort as well years to make any earning getting paid? Web Talk Basics hardly makes any earnings. Yeah, you're right. If you're just going to be a free member and sit around and stare at it, it's not going to make any money. If I go to my job and go to my classroom and sit on the table and stare at the wall, am I going to make a lot of money? No. If I'm a construction worker and I go to my backhoe and sit in it and stare at the dirt, does it do anything? No. And if my boss sees me sitting there staring at dirt, I'm going to get fired. So when people come in and complain that Web Talk isn't doing anything for them, oh, it does plenty. I've made more money in Web Talk than I've made in any other social media platform. And I guarantee it, anybody who's earned a penny in Web Talk, that would be the same exact statement that they would have to make. Because I know you haven't made any money in Facebook. I know you haven't made any money in Twitter. And I know you haven't made any money in YouTube. And if you have, you've spent hours and hours and hours and hours of your life getting to that point. So whoever this is, VK, we'll even look VK up because that's what we used to do that a lot. So let's see, is this VK? So VK, Media, UK. How about you do this, VK? How about you send me a talk mail? I'll get you a link in somewhere in Refer Life. I might even give you $250. You throw in $5, you throw in $10, and sit around and stare at it. See what it does. Because it might generate some money. Or you might go out and say, hey, 3 friends of mine, I'm doing this. You should jump in too. And then you can really sit back and just stare at it and see what happens. You know what's going to happen? Go back and watch our videos. Automatic upgrades. Someone's nice. They buy your package. Someone's extra nice. Puts people underneath you. Someone else is nicer and pays for an upgrade to a service package. Oh, and then by then you have enough revenue that it just automatically updates for you. And now you have $30 in your bank or in your account, and you don't even know how it happened. See, that's how simple this is. And people, like, I hate saying that people are lazy, but if you got into Web Talk and thought it was going to make you $1 million tomorrow and you didn't have to do anything with it, go ask Zuckerberg how hard it was to make $1 million in Facebook. Go ask him and then see how much work you've put into this. But the thing is if everybody would put that much effort into Web Talk, it would be rolling by now. It would be making people hundreds and hundreds of dollars, maybe even thousands. And if you want to ask someone how to make $400 a month, go talk to Erdy. Because he listened to what we said. He put his face out there. He got followers and he showed people how to interact and do stuff and click and respond with real responses, and listened when we told him you can't post XYZ because that's against the rules and we don't want you kicked out. And he said, done, click, click, click. I'm overdoing that. I'm going to do this. And just go ask him how much money he's made. Because if you think that this doesn't make money, you're crazy. Is it making you millions of dollars tomorrow? It is not. I don't think any of us have been to a job that made us $1 million in a couple weeks. So VK, how about you do this? How about you get in touch with me? How about I give you a link? How about we set you up? How about we see if you want to put in a little bit of money and maybe donate and pay it forward to someone else, see where it goes with you. And go tell your friends about it. Give it a month. And if you want to walk away, give it a month. And then come back and jump back in your little backhoe and see if that hole's been dug. Or if there's a big pile, like something is starting to grow. Ooh, there's going to be a little bit of money there. And if it's $5, it's still more than what you put effort into it. If it's $100, then you put some effort into it. And look, I'm going to show you something right now because I will very clearly say this because I'm on the soapbox and I'm about to jump off of it, Tim.
I already got a talk mail to that guy saying, go talk to you, dude.
Okay. So let me pull it up. Tim, when did we start talking about this? September something, right? September.
Yes.
So VK, 846 people. This isn't all me. This isn't all me. This is a lot of people putting in a lot of effort. But here's the thing. If all of these people finally get it and start upgrading to $17 like we just showed, and you got $1.20 for all of them, well, there you go. Now you made a lot of money, and now you can sit and stare at stuff and watch it grow. It's a very simple process. Takes a little bit of effort, If you want to put a lot of effort, see, this is the thing is everybody goes, oh, well, you're making a lot of money because you know a lot of people. Do I know a lot of people, or do a lot of people listen because we keep posting stuff in Web Talk in live events and you see our face? And like I told Tim a long time ago, when Web Talk blows up, guess whose face I want all over the place? Mine. Guess who else is saying the same thing? Scott Gerard. Guess who else is saying the same thing? Tim. Because our faces are everywhere. If you would start doing stuff, look at TikTok. Why do you think people got famous on TikTok? Because they spent 30 seconds making a video. We make hour-long videos that people go, oh, I don't want to watch that. Oh, you don't want to watch that? You don't want to learn how to be successful? Okay, then don't. But guess what? The person who made 30-second ones, myself, our faces are everywhere and people are listening to us. Why? Because we're showing you ways to be successful. And we've been doing it with Web Talk for years. We're doing it with multiple different companies. I've said it before in things. I've said to Tim, do you know how many companies I talk to? Do you know how many people are talking to me right now? Oh, promote this, promote this. I don't even know what it is. And I'm not going to promote it. Not until I know what it is. And guess what? I have failed. And some things don't work.
Yeah.
But I've always said, here's your risk. Here's the high risk. Here's the low risk. Here's the medium risk. Here's what's coming about from this. This is what you should probably do, because you have to cover yourself so that when things don't work out, you don't completely lose everything. And you can jump right back on and say, okay, let's work on the next thing. But if you think for a second that right now the only thing I think about is Refer Life, that's not true. Because we've got HMTV, we've got OAP, we've got Upnomics, we've got Daisy, we've got whatever else. I'm doing those things, but I'm not asking people to join it because I still don't think it's quite at that level where they should be able to. But when I saw Refer Life, I said, if everybody's making $700 over and over and over and over again, and they want to join a company with some high risk and maybe get 10 grand out of it for $300 or $400, then it makes life a little bit easier for you to do. And look, when we say that $200 is incredible for Pakistanis, well, if we can get you $749 a week and then say, hey, take one of those weeks and put your money here, 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 and have all of your friends do the same thing. Now, all of a sudden, you made $10,000, $8,000. Oh, you just got free coins that suddenly jumped up to $8 a piece? Good job for you. How much did you pay for that? Well, actually nothing, because I was in this co-op and people around the world supported me, and I made some money, and now I put it in here, and now I'm supporting my family, and we're all happy. It ain't that hard. This to me is a very low risk kind of company. If you even go hardcore and drop $50 into it, you'll make your $50 within a couple days if you do it right. If you talk to some other people that do the same thing and you pull that out as soon as you can, you have that in your account and say, that's my, I paid in and I got my money back. Now everything from now on is just a bonus. And if you make $10, you made $10. That's more than you made in Web Talk this week or in the last 3 weeks. But then if you make $10, well, you can upgrade for a month in Web Talk to 5 levels. And we've already talked about that if you just did 3 months, January, June, and December, and just upgraded for 3 months and got 5 levels of income for 3 times in a year, even that would support many, many people in this world. So here's your opportunity, Web Talkers. You're all complaining about you're not making very much money. Here's your opportunity. If 800 people can show up in 3 weeks, how many people can you bring in? How many friends do you have that are willing to pull out the change in their pocket and see what happens? I think it's pretty easy. So, Tim,
Yes.
do you want to stay on?
Actually, I'm gonna go and
Okay.
do a couple
gonna-
things.
okay.
Thank you.
All right, so I'm gonna end this. I gotta, turn the TV back on and watch the Broncos get beat upside one field down the other.
Oh
So
my
that-
God,
that'll
you
be-
sound like my dad.
it's just brutal right now. It's just brutal. But anyway, so
Thank you
everybody,
guys.
once again, everybody that's
Nikki.
listening, bye Nikki, we'll see you. Everybody that's listening, once again, if you see this video, copy the YouTube link, put it in your newsfeed. If someone's interested and they comment to you and say, I would like to find out about Refer Life, make sure that you have a link or come to me and get a link so that you can give it to them. If you are watching this and someone is in Refer Life, get their link, use their link and get signed up. If you see this like on my newsfeed or something or YouTube, click on the link or ask me for the link and we'll set you up. But make sure that if you've seen this on someone else's newsfeed, talk to them first and see if they're in Refer Life, and let's get started. I think that we can really show people how powerful this is. I think we're already doing that. And if you have a dog, get in touch with Terry, and she's gonna have the animal side, the pet side of Refer Life.
Yeah, I just set up Scooby's email.
Nice.
Find out where to put him.
Perfect. We can talk about that, Terry. We can find
Yeah.
a good place for the Scooby snacks.
Yeah.
So yeah. All right, guys. I'm gonna sign off. So we'll talk to you later.
Okay, bye, Andy.
All right, bye-bye.